Sagittarius, I had to redo your cards. I think there's just a shift in energy since I started it. So we're going to just start over. I'm going to let you see me pick them up. I'll tell you what's going on. There is new energy coming in. That's a brutal truth. That's changing everything. And it's motivating somebody to go, okay, I can do better. We can do better. And it's kind of it's like a power struggle of negativity versus creation. It's like old dogma, old emperor reverse energy versus this young, hey, let's just do this right from the beginning. Let's just create something from the beginning and not use old systems. Let's create a new system. Let's create something new. Okay, so I just picked up all the cards because we were flip-flopping a lot and you wouldn't have felt like it was on the right track. I know that because I didn't feel it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the enchanted map. Sometimes I like to keep the readings the same so they kind of gel. You can look at one to see how that reflects with another one. And sometimes things need to come together the way they need to come together reversed. This is the enchanted map. Okay. And then this is one ring circus reversed. We're going to do one more. So we needed to get a completely new energy. And this is metamorphosis reversed. These cards are upright and reversed. So you can see some are upright in case you were wondering. Okay. I just thought I'd put that out there because 3 came up reversed. All right. So coming together it's like a card of love and so it's like there's something that's pulling something apart. It may be a relationship. I'm going to go ahead and read those for you because the cards were so adamant and coming out a certain way. And as I'm touching them, I'm being directed to read from the book. And so I want to thank you for stopping by. I just jumped right in because the second time. Sagittarius. This is April 1st through the 15th, 2020. Mary, Sayre, Seer. Thanks. Okay, so when this card is reversed, it's a sign that perhaps a love connection is unbalanced. Is intimacy being held from you, or are you on the withholding side? Longing and yearning are often mistaken for love, when in fact they are signs of lack. Perhaps you've been doing all the emotional work and pouring your water into an empty well, to the point that you are also depleted. Know this, true love will not be denied you. What is truly for you will never walk past you or require this much energy. Drop the agendas and fight the need to win. Allow love to flow through you. True love will always find its reflection in another. So if you're finding that you're having to hold something together, it's time to release, because if it was meant to be, it wouldn't be so difficult, right? Okay, so the second card is One Ring Circus reversed. And that could be applied to any relationship, anything you love that you feel like you're supposed to do, or sometimes there's great rewards in just release because things come easier, things that we didn't think we could bring to us, If you think that the sun won't rise without you, then it's time to change. Perhaps you believe that no one will be there to help you, or you expect that you have to do all the work, emotional or otherwise. This is a fear-based idea that only serves to alienate you from others by taking away their right to participate. Wow. Receiving the One Ring Circus may indicate misuse of power. Give it up, let it go, the need to control how the wind blows. So sorry. And let others play their part. You don't need to be invincible, have all the answers, or be the savior. Things will get done if you step out of your own way. Yet another meaning for this card suggests that someone else may be trying to control you. This needs to be addressed. Don't be afraid to set a boundary. This is a wonderful step to interdependence. Consider the example of 2 trees planted side by side, sharing the sunlight equally, neither overshadowing the other. That's really beautiful. And there was something like that in last week's reading, or yeah, that was last week's because that was for the end of March. It was a week ago I did it. I was a little bit late. Okay, and so let's look at Metamorphosis reversed. So we have 8, we have 15, and we have 25 are the numbers, by the way, in case you're curious. There are times of chaos and darkness. There are times of chaos and darkness that occur much like growing pains experienced by the caterpillar who is in the process of becoming a butterfly. There is a tendency to expect the worst when the first signs of difficulty arise, or when something is taken away or unwanted circumstances come to challenge you and let go of ideas about how life is supposed to be. You are not a victim. Rather, you are experiencing temporary discomfort we must all go through before the beauty is revealed. Letting go the need to be right. Letting go the need to control and be controlled. Setting boundaries. And let go of your resistance to change. That's pretty big, Sagittarius. Pretty big. You're a fixed sign, right? No, you're immutable. So change. Yeah, you're mutable. You're one of the mutable. Let me know if I'm wrong. I think Sagittarius is mutable, though. Okay. So, just lean into the change and trust. I know it's hard. It's hard for me. That stuff's hard for me. Okay, so we're just going to throw the other format for the rest of the readings completely out that I started this week. I mean, with the other signs. Those are done. So, and we're just going to pull. We're going to say, we're going to pull on each one of these. Let's talk about coming together. So this is the controlling relationship. You know, feeling like you're not getting what you deserve and allowing others to play their part, however that is. And letting go and know that love will always come to you. If it's extra, it's a lot of effort is being exerted just to keep the peace or keep it together, that may not be in your highest interest. Okay. So we have death reversed. There is a resistance to death and rebirth in this. So it's either completely releasing it or allowing it to evolve in something else. Even releasing it allows it to evolve in something else. A Page of Swords I don't know, somebody's doing research about, it's like, they call it the stock card when it's reversed because it's kind of on the down low. Someone's looking on somebody's phone or looking at something. I mean, if the information is needed, then, you know, however, whatever you think, but there's a little bit of warning about torturing yourself and hanging on that way versus just letting it go. Okay? Queen of Swords is, somebody that comes in and just, unless somebody's doing this to you, found out something about you, found out what you've been doing or what you said, what you posted, and they're coming in and they're mad and they're going to tell you off. This is an air sign. Queen of Swords, feminine energy. It could be, so you have like the double arrow right here in the abrasive, telling somebody off way. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. This is a female that's been hurt and she is mad. She's coming in to cut somebody out. So whether that's you needing to cut somebody out or wanting to cut somebody out and tell them off, the best way may be just to release it, because that's karma. That if we do that, we get karma from it. Believe me, as a Gemini, I know that. So one ring circus, and I have Geminis in my life that do that to me, and I just don't even talk to them again, because if you can't get past that, it's just not worth it, you know. So, and I get to understand how I affected others that way when I lost control. So, one ring circus reverse. This is not, you know, we're going to talk about needing to release, having to control everything, trying to force things the way we think they should be. It's like the same theme over and over, right? So this is the Four of Pentacles, and this is talking about, well, loss, right? Because this card talked about loss also. It's about financial loss. It could be feeling unprotected. So if you have financial loss and that was something that you used to protect you had something to protect your assets, protect your home, it was your stability, and it's in jeopardy. It is a place of insecurity, but a lot of people are in this place, and it doesn't make it any easier for any of us. But know that a lot of us didn't do anything wrong, and here we are. So, Seven of Cups now coming in here. This is about using our imagination. It's about some of it's about fantasy. Some of it's about not seeing things for what they really are. Another way of looking at this right now is not knowing the way things really are. But there's also this calmness coming through this card of to remember that we have options, and that it's like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It just depends on how we're going to look at it versus how we're going to feel. So if we say, okay, it's out of my control, there's nothing I can do, I'm going to shut in right now, I don't know if I'm going to have a job, I'm just giving you an example, because a lot of us are there. I don't know what's going to happen with my business, I don't know. And some people are not going to get paid. Some of us are not going to get paid, okay? So we're like, okay, I could be really upset, or I could just try to be creative and think of ways, know things are going to work out, and I'm not being high pie in the sky because I'm a proactive person personally, okay? But I know that I'm going to have options, and I'm never going to forget who I am. There's an example. Not get lost in any illusion, but trying to see past the illusion, trying to read between the lines, okay? And it's like acceptance. We can't turn the wheel and get it going yet, because right now there's this is Ace of Coins reversed. There is financial loss going on here. There is this is a delay in financial success. It doesn't mean it's not going to be there. It's just been delayed. Okay, so the next card, let's talk about metamorphosis reverse. Let's talk about this would be about not allowing the change, resisting the change that needs to happen, like the death reversed, right? So the King of Wands, this basically is Sagittarius or any other fire sign masculine energy reversed. So let's talk about the King of Wands when he's upright. He's like creative energy, he's enterprise, entrepreneur. Like, I'm going to do this and this, I'm going to have this and this, I'm going to build this, I'm going to travel the world, I'm going to make a business out it, I'm going to write off my stuff on taxes, I'm going to, learn about this culture, I'm going to turn that into business A, business B, and business C. And each one's going to have a different facet. This is really creative business, enterprise, and passion. Okay. Reverse. What the heck are we going to do? What are we going to do? I have how am I going to change this? How am I going to be, what's going to happen? Well, again, this is this energy of feeling helpless, hopeless, and like my creative energy is gone. Now, the other way to look at it is a negative side of creative energy. So, but I'm not getting this abusive thing right here. I'm just getting fear and resistant to change. Let me get another card and see where exactly this is coming through. It is Swords reversed. This is just a warning for you, Sagittarius, not to get stuck in this anxious place. Just start coming up with ideas. This is creative energy. What do you know how to do? What could you do? If money was not an object, what would you like to do? If you have a month to goof around, do you have a welder? Do you have a garden? Do you want to make a garden? Do you have some tools? Do you want to do woodworking? What do you have on you right now that you could create? Just start working on house repairs. I mean, just stuff like I've always wanted to do antiques. I've always wanted to get back into silversmithing. I know how to do that. Actually build the stuff, fabricate stuff. I know how to cast. I know how to set stones and diamonds and all that stuff. And I'm thinking, even before this whole shutdown thing, that I wanted to do this. And I want to start doing crafts. I started making dream catchers, like big dream catchers like this. Like I never made them before because I have time. And it's really fun because they're more beautiful than any I had created before. So there's an example. What could I do with this? I do shows already where I sell stuff. You could do anything. Think of new ways of doing enterprise, how the world's changed, how you could, once things get started again, how could you maximize on those? You know? Maybe build a school, something. I mean, there's just, it's a time of creation. That's how you'll get out of that resistance to change. The change is coming whether you resist it or not. How we perceive it, how we react to it is going to make all the difference of our journey. Okay, last card here is the old ways are gone. This is the Ten of Pentacles reversed. This is the legacy, and this is a dark legacy. Leaving the dark legacy behind. So if this King of Wands, this creative energy is about misdirected sexual energy, it may be time to get a hold on that because there are consequences, and hopefully you're on the good side of that. So, we're not going to act like it's not there. We know it is. Most people don't want to talk about it, but we know it's there. Okay, so we'll do like 5 more cards with another deck. Just for some additional information for you, Sagittarius. The resistance to change is going to bring more. I mean, there is going to be loss, but the more we resist, the more loss there'll be. So that's just something to consider. To lean into it would be getting ahead of the curve. As an entrepreneur, just flip that King of Wands around. Easy. Flip all of these around would just be to stop the resistance and stop the consider the stance of being right, because it's perspective. It's perspective too, you know. I know I'm probably going to trigger some, but that's where change happens sometimes. And people that trigger me the most is people that I can thank for the best change. Okay, so let's look at Six of Cups. This is painful memories of the past. This is, childhood memories. Exes coming in from the past, that's negative. Old energy from the past, that's negative. It could just be contemplation of that Eight of Pentacles, deciding what we're not going to work with anymore, deciding we don't want to work with these energies anymore. Okay, we know what you don't want. We know what we don't want. Ten of Swords, we don't want to be stabbed in the back anymore. We're at our wit's end, right? It's like emotional pain. This is thinking about all the stuff that was done to somebody, probably you. But we were there. We engaged in it. We allowed it to a certain extent. I'm not saying everybody allowed it, but we made choices. And if we didn't leave, or we're continuing to be, maybe we stayed in a job that they kept promising us something. Maybe we stayed in a relationship where we kept being promised something. Or maybe we did that to someone else. But either way, somebody was there long enough for all of this pain to occur. But it's the end of the cycle. Whether it's a cycle of society or our internal relationships, but they reflect each other, right? Okay. So the Empress reversed. It's a card of Taurus. Doesn't have to be. But Empress is Taurus. This is a nurturing. Empress is nurturing. Empress can grow anything. Empress is all the queens in one. Okay. Reversed. She's insecure. She's undermining. She's not loyal, faithful, or nurturing. I don't know if I said that. And she's probably codependent. Okay. So, it's codependent. Seven of Cups reversed. So, this is Seven of Cups upright. This is your let me just talk about this. Discernment of what's fantasy, what's real and what's fantasy, and no more choices left. Okay. There's a big warning here. There's a big warning here for you. It's like a come to Jesus meeting, Sagittarius. Let me get one more card. If you don't embrace this change, and I'm not trying to scare you, but this is how it's coming across. If the change is not embraced, there will be dire consequences. Dire consequences. Big consequences. Because there's going to be big action to avoid, and that is not good. I speak positively of others. You're not going to be able to use other people for the reason why you're continuing to engage in what you know you need to change. Or somebody needs to change. So if this is about somebody in your life, you might want to share that with them, or consider what this means if you're near this energy. I get one more here. I speak with good intent. Boy, if somebody's slandering somebody, I speak positively of others. I speak with good intent. What's going on? What's going on? Somebody's words are having great power, and they are not using them well. Queen of Swords reverse. Who's mad and spreading slander? Yeah, be careful. Somebody needs to be really careful here. Okay? I get one more card. Something here that somebody doesn't want to release, and they're going to go down the hole. They're going to go down all the way under here. And it's almost like if it's not released, they're going to do this to themselves after, I don't know. I don't know if they've done it to others, or I think there's different versions. But guard and protect the sacred waters of life. Guard and protect the sacred waters of life. This is our emotions. The waters of life is emotions. And it's also life. It's also blood. It's also life force. Okay? Be careful out there. Be careful out there. Be careful what you speak. Okay? Love you, Sagittarius. I got readings available if you need them. Take care.